contains dramatic reenactments and material that may be disturbing to some audience members. Viewer discretion is advised.
When a plane spirals out of control in a freak storm, three friends must jump to save their lives.
Once that door was open, I just jumped.
Without knowing the fate of his friends, Will Slattery faces a terrifying ordeal. He battles strong currents, the threat of deadly sharks, and losing his mind.
Death was imminent and very, very close.
Slattery and his two friends, Jimmy Simplicio and Manny Sanchez, are on a dream vacation, skydiving in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is a great place to jump. The sky down there was absolutely gorgeous. It was blue, clear, beautiful. We were all jumping in shorts. It was just amazing, really comfortable skydiving. Just a really good vibe down there. A perfect time away in this exotic tropical location.
Will and his buddies have traveled to Costa Rica from California, where they're all members of the same skydiving club.
It's a clear blue skies. And we're clear blue skies.
The next day, Will prepares for his final day's jumping, and as always, safety is the #1 concern.
You check your gear over and over again. I'm probably
what?
So to speak about that.
Go swimming.
It's too hot.
Go swimming in water?
Everything's in order.
Come on, man.
I'm an adventurous
It's
person.
too hot.
In no way a cowboy. I'm not going to do something that's going to kill me. People will tell you I'm quite conservative. If you pay attention to what your gear is doing and where things are supposed to be and keep them where they're supposed to be, it can be a very, very safe sport.
Will, you almost ready, buddy? Yeah, man. All right.
The guys have delayed the day's jump until the afternoon. There's been a storm in the morning, but by lunchtime, the skies have cleared.
Cloud's gonna blow over.
It was sunny,
You missed the other episode.
Stormy. Minus the intermittent clouds, things that day looked like
How was your game?
just the same as the day before. So we all started getting our rigs together and getting our gear on to get ready to go skydiving.
Yeah, good to go. Ready? Let's go, Jimmy, baby.
The plane we flew down there was a Cessna 206. It was a small airplane, smaller than probably most cars. Planes for skydiving are generally, they'll take out the seats, so it's basically an open compartment in the back, and we'll sit back to leg, so kind of sit in a row, so that we're packed in there nice and tight.
Okay, guys, safe landing.
Yeah.
The atmosphere on board is lighthearted. But as the plane climbs, the weather begins to close in.
Within 5 to 10 minutes after we took off, we actually entered the clouds. And from that point on, for probably 20 minutes, we were in complete whiteout. Meaning all around the airplane was white. We couldn't see the land, couldn't see the ocean, couldn't see anything. A little bit unnerving,
Will and and the guys hold tight, obeying the golden rule of skydiving.
Skydivers aren't supposed to fall through clouds. It's just a matter of safety because people can get disoriented. We were expecting at some point to come out above the clouds, but we just never did.
With no break in the clouds in sight, they decide to turn back. It's not worth the risk.
It's too thick.
We were a little disappointed, but we all skydive a lot, so it wasn't a big deal. You know, we'd get over it. We're used to clouds, and you know, you don't jump through clouds generally, so it was fine.
But as the plane turns and makes its way back to base, they hit serious trouble.
Within 20 seconds after we started going into minor turbulence, it just got worse and worse. Then the plane started going into massive turbulence. I was definitely not a happy camper. You know, I didn't want to be in a little tiny plane flying crazily all over the sky.
Seconds later, the plane is obviously out of control.
The plane was just going haywire. It even started to tilt. I was on the ceiling, I was on the floor, I was on the ceiling, I was on the floor. I was hurt. At that point, there wasn't much we could do except ride it out or jump out.
With the plane now plunging toward Earth, Will and his friends have no option but to take drastic emergency action.
And at that point, we all started going for the door, trying to get it up. It was the only thing we could do. It took us 4 tries to get the door open because we were being thrown about the airplane so much.
Despite not knowing how high they are, and if they have enough time for their parachutes to open, they dive into the void.
Once that door was open, my butt was out of that airplane. I did not want to be there. I knew that. I trust my skydiving equipment. I trust my parachute, and I did not trust that airplane at that point. I just got out. 5 to 8 seconds later, my automatic parachute went off, which means I was going at a very fast velocity at about 700 feet. We were very low in very low cloud cover, and it was a shock to me. At that point, I looked around for my friends. I saw Jimmy under his canopy as well, going the other way quite a distance off, and Manny was under his canopy next to me, flying parallel to me.
Will isn't sure that his friend Manny is okay.
I kept calling out to him to try and get his attention so that we were coordinated on landing. But he never answered. And he was just kind of limp, you know. His head was hanging down. And my assumption at that point was that he got hit by the airplane coming out. It occurred to me that he might be dead.
Just seconds after jumping, Will is now hurtling toward Earth at 40 miles per hour, with absolutely no idea where he might land.